Math 7, Lesson 6.3, write and solve proportions. A proportion is an equation stating that two ratios are equal. So two ways to determine if a proportion is true. The first one is cross products. Are they equal? And the way that this works is you have two ratios or two fractions written, two ratios written in fraction form. And cross product means you're going to multiply straight across. So you're going to have 5 times 56, and that has to equal your other two that are diagonal, 8 times 35. And if they do equal each other, then it is a proportion. So 5 times 56 is 280, and 8 times 35 is 280. So they're equal, so that is a proportion. So that's one way to determine it, is to do what's called cross products. And the other is to simplify the ratio. So 56 divided by 8 is 7. 35 divided by 5 is 7. 7 equals 7. So yes, this is a proportion. To find the missing term in a proportion, we're going to cross multiply. So just like we did in doing cross products, except for we're going to have an unknown, so we're going to solve for that. So we're going to start by multiplying at our diagonals, so 9 times 8, and those have to equal these two, which is 36 times t. Well, we're solving for t, and so we divide both sides by 36. So we have 72 divided by 36 equals t, and when you divide that, t equals 2. So that is a way to find our missing term when we have a proportion. And some examples, let's take a look at number 1. And we're going to write the ratios in fraction form. So these are pretty easy. 88 to 22 is just written as a fraction like this. 88 to 22. 142 to 88, and written in fraction form, is 142 to 82. And 4 to 30 is 4 to 30. So that's writing a ratio in fraction form. And then we are going to look at, are the two ratios equal? So 40 to 10, does that equal 16 to 4? On this one, I would say the easiest thing to do is to simplify each of these fractions. So 4 divided by 10, you're going to divide both sides by 10, or the top and bottom by 10, so that's just 4. 4 over 1, which is 4, equals, and then 16 divided by 4 is 4. So by simplifying both of those, you're going to find that 4 equals 4. So yes, those two ratios are equal. 3 over 30 and 16 over 160. And does that equal 16 over 160? So we can, on this one, let's cross multiply. We could also simplify by reducing, but let's cross multiply. So we have 160 times 3, and then we have 16 times 30, and we want to make sure that those are the same. So 160 times 3 is 480, and 16 times 30 is 480. So yes, those two ratios are equal. Taking a look at some other examples, let's do number 2. 4 to 5, so again, let's write that as a fraction. And 12 to 15. And we need to determine whether each pair of ratios forms a proportion. And it forms a proportion if they are equal. So we can do, let's do cross multiplication on these. Let's set them equal and do cross multiplication. So we have 15 times 4 equals, and then 12 times 5 equals, and they need to equal the same thing. So 4 times 15 is 60, 12 times 5 is 60, so yes, these are equal. Number 3, we have 9/16 and 3/4. So we have 9 times 4 is 36, and we have 16 times 3 is 48. They do not equal each other, so no. This one is not, this pair does not form a proportion. Okay, let's take a look at number 5, and let's find the missing value. So again, we're going to cross multiply, and we have 25y equals 50. Divide both sides by 25, and we get y equals 2. So the missing value is 2. Number 6, 14 times p equals 28 times 4. 14p equals 28 times 4, which is 112. Divide both sides by 14. And p equals 8. Let's do one more. Let's do number 7. And we are going to go 50s equals, and multiply those, 4,500. And divide both sides by 50. And S equals 90. Let's do number 9. This is a word problem. We want to create a proportion and solve for the missing information. So number 9, a medication requires 2 milligrams per 80 pounds of body weight. How many milligrams are required if a person weighs 200 pounds? So this is how I do it, so I remember which goes where. So that's going to be milligrams, and this is going to be pounds. So I'm starting with 2 milligrams and 80 pounds. And that needs to equal how many milligrams. This is what we don't know, is the milligrams up here are required if a person weighs 200 pounds. Because the pounds we're putting on the bottom. So again, we're going to cross multiply. So we are going to cross multiply our 80 and our x. 80x equals 200 times 2, which is 400. Going to divide both sides by 80. And we get x equals 5. So that means, and 5 is again in relation to milligrams, so it's going to be 5 milligrams. Let's take a look at number 10. A snack mix contains 8 peanuts for every 3 pecans. How many pecans will there be if there are 584 peanuts? So my top number is going to be peanuts. And my bottom number I'm going to have as pecans. So we start off with 8 peanuts and 3 pecans. And we want to know how many pecans. So pecan is our bottom number. So let's put a P for pecans. If I have 584 peanuts. So again, the reason I write these here on the side is so I know which one goes on the top and which goes on the bottom. And it makes it easier for me to fill in the missing numbers here. So again, I'm going to cross multiply. So I'm going to cross multiply those, and I get 8p equals, cross multiply these, 584 times 3. So 8p equals 1,752. Divide both sides by 8. And P, which is the pecans that we're solving for, is 219. So 219 pecans.